Tom Cruise was born on July 3, 1962, in Syracuse, into a working-class family that moved frequently during his childhood. Life was not always easy. His mother worked hard to support Tom and his three sisters, and the constant relocations meant he rarely stayed in one school long enough to build lasting friendships. By the time he turned 18, he had attended around 15 different schools. Those years shaped him in powerful ways. They taught him resilience, adaptability, and how to walk into unfamiliar rooms without fear. Although the instability was challenging, it also planted the seeds of independence that would later define his career. Behind the confident smile the world would come to know was a young boy trying to find his place, learning early that life doesn't always offer comfort, but it does offer opportunity to those willing to keep going. Overcoming dyslexia and finding confidence school presented another obstacle for Cruise. He struggled with dyslexia. Reading was difficult, and at times he felt misunderstood or underestimated. Yet instead of allowing those struggles to define him, he searched for ways to adapt. He developed creative memorization techniques using repetition, listening, and visual cues to learn scripts. Acting became more than a dream. It became a refuge. On stage, he could express himself freely, without the limitations he sometimes felt in the classroom. Performing gave him confidence and a sense of control. It's often said that challenges either break you or build you. In Cruise's case, they built him. His experience with dyslexia later became something he spoke about openly, encouraging others facing similar difficulties. The very obstacle that once made school feel overwhelming helped cultivate the intense focus and preparation style that would define his performances for decades. The leap to New York and first break. At 18, Cruise made a bold decision. He moved to New York City with limited savings and a big dream. Like many aspiring actors, he worked various jobs while attending auditions, determined to break into film. His persistence paid off when he landed a small role in the 1981 film Endless Love. It wasn't a starring role, but it was a start. Hollywood soon noticed his charisma and drive. In 1983, his breakout performance in Risky Business turned him into a household name. The now iconic dance scene showcased not only his charm but his willingness to fully commit to a role. Audiences connected with his energy, and casting directors saw star potential. That film didn't just launch a career, it introduced a new leading man whose intensity and dedication would soon redefine blockbuster cinema. Global fame with Top Gun. 3 years later, Cruise's career soared to new heights with Top Gun. Playing Pete Maverick Mitchell transformed him into an international superstar. The film's mix of adrenaline, romance, and unforgettable music made it a cultural phenomenon. Maverick's confidence, vulnerability, and ambition resonated with audiences worldwide. Cruise wasn't just acting, he embodied the role. Suddenly, he was one of Hollywood's most recognizable faces, yet fame can be a double-edged sword. With immense popularity came scrutiny and expectations. Cruise understood that staying at the top would require more than charm. It would demand growth. Rather than settling into the image of a stylish action hero, he began seeking complex characters that challenged both himself and the audience. That hunger to evolve became one of the defining traits of his 4-decade career. Proving his range as an actor, determined to be taken seriously as a dramatic actor, Cruise pursued roles that stretched his abilities. In Born on the 4th of July, he portrayed Vietnam veteran Ron Kovich, delivering a deeply emotional performance that earned critical acclaim. Working alongside respected talents like Paul Newman and Dustin Hoffman further cemented his credibility. These collaborations showed that he wasn't content with superficial success. He immersed himself in preparation, studying characters meticulously and embracing vulnerability on screen. The result was a body of work that balanced blockbuster appeal with serious drama. Cruise's willingness to take risks, artistically, not just physically, allowed him to avoid being typecast. He became more than a movie star. He became an actor respected by peers and audiences alike. Love, marriage, and public attention. Cruise's personal life often attracted as much attention as his films. He was married to actress Mimi Rogers in the late 1980s. Later, he met Nicole Kidman while filming Days of Thunder, and the two became one of Hollywood's most admired couples. They adopted 2 children and shared more than a decade together before parting ways in 2001. Years later, Cruise married Katie Holmes, and they welcomed a daughter. Their relationship drew intense media coverage, including his enthusiastic appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show. While public fascination was constant, Cruise has often maintained that family life remains deeply personal to him. Like many people, he has experienced both joy and change in relationships, reminders that fame does not shield anyone from life's complexities. The Mission, Impossible Era. In 1996, Cruise launched one of cinema's most successful action franchises with Mission Impossible. As Ethan Hunt, he combined intensity, intelligence, and physical commitment in ways rarely seen from leading actors. The series grew into a global phenomenon, with each installment raising the bar for practical stunts and storytelling. Cruise also served as a producer, shaping the creative direction of the films. The franchise revitalized the big-screen action experience at a time when digital effects were becoming dominant. By insisting on real-world stunts and immersive sequences, he reinforced his reputation as an entertainer dedicated to authenticity. Decades later, Mission Impossible remains central to his identity, proving that longevity in Hollywood is possible when reinvention meets consistency. Dedication to real stunts. One of Cruise's most talked about qualities is his commitment to performing his own stunts. Whether scaling the Burj Khalifa in Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, or piloting aircraft for Top Gun, Maverick, he approaches action with meticulous preparation. This dedication has required intense training and discipline. Rather than relying solely on visual effects, Cruise believes audiences appreciate authenticity. His physical commitment has become part of his brand, inspiring both admiration and curiosity. While such ambition demands careful safety measures, it also demonstrates his work ethic. Even into his 60s, he continues rigorous fitness routines to meet the demands of filming. That persistence reflects a mindset shaped long before Hollywood, one rooted in proving that limits are often further away than they appear. Navigating public scrutiny. Like many high-profile figures, Cruise has faced moments of public criticism. Interviews, passionate statements, and media portrayals have sometimes sparked debate. During the mid-2000s, headlines often focused more on his personal beliefs than his craft. Yet public opinion is rarely static. Over time, audiences have come to refocus on his cinematic contributions. Hollywood careers often move in cycles, and Cruise's resilience allowed him to weather challenging periods. He continued working, producing, and refining his projects. By emphasizing quality storytelling and theatrical experiences, he gradually reshaped the conversation around his career. The lesson here is simple. Reputation can shift, but consistent effort speaks loudly. Cruise's journey through scrutiny underscores the importance of perseverance and staying committed to one's professional path. Life beyond the spotlight. Today, Cruise remains one of the most recognizable figures in global entertainment. With an estimated net worth in the hundreds of millions, he owns properties in places like Beverly Hills and beyond. Yet interviews suggest he values discipline and routine over extravagance. Colleagues often describe him as intensely focused, but also generous on set. While much of his private life remains private, he continues nurturing long-standing friendships within the industry. Fame can create distance, but it can also open doors to meaningful collaboration. Cruise's lifestyle reflects both the privileges and responsibilities that come with decades at the top of Hollywood. Behind the blockbuster premieres and red carpets is a man who still approaches filmmaking with the enthusiasm of someone chasing his first big break, a legacy of determination. After more than 40 years in film, Cruise's story is one of determination, reinvention, and ambition. From a child navigating constant change to a global icon, His journey reflects the power of persistence. Films like Jerry Maguire and the Mission Impossible series have secured his place in cinematic history. Beyond box office numbers, his influence lies in his work ethic and willingness to evolve. He reminds audiences that talent must be paired with effort and that setbacks do not have to define a future. Whether admired for dramatic performances or breathtaking action, Tom Cruise stands as a testament to longevity in an industry known for fleeting fame. His life, like any other, includes triumphs and lessons, but above all, it tells a story of someone who never stopped reaching higher.